Welcome to my 13-day Halloween countdown. Day 8.
Hello, good evening and welcome. Sorry, if you're a David Frost fan, you'll know that's what he used to do when he used to do his programmes. Right, tonight's vlog. Sorry, I forgot the introduction. Welcome to the Halloween Halloween Countdown, Day 8 of 13. It's 7 o'clock and it's the 26th of October. And today I will be doing my 8th day of the Halloween Spooky Countdown calendar. I will be doing a poem, and I will also be tearing strips off myself for something I did today which I'm quite embarrassed about and quite ashamed of. If you want to know more, stay tuned. First up, it's day 8 on the Halloween Countdown calendar. Yay! 13-day Spooky Countdown calendar mini Funko Pop. Off with the lid. Oh. Good. I should do it that way, shouldn't I, really? It's there. As you can see, doors 1 to 6 have all, 7 have all been opened. There's door 8 at the bottom. Door 8. Bag. Close lid. Put advent calendar there. I said it's advent calendar again. I can't stop saying that. I'm going to have to kick myself every time I say it, but if I did that I'd end up falling on the floor. Right. I hope scissors don't work. Hang on. Stubborn scissors. Door 8 we have I'll do it there. The guide. Now, if I'm not mistaken, I think, is he out of Beetlejuice again? I can't remember actually what he's out of. He's got guide written on his head. I actually don't know that one, I must admit. It looks very Beetlejuicy actually. I suppose I'll find out. But if you've got any ideas, again, leave a note underneath. By the time I actually have done this vlog, my wife will tell me exactly who it is because she'll recognise it straight away. But I haven't got a clue about that one. I think it might be, like I say, from Beetlejuice. I'm not quite sure. Or Little Shop of Horrors. I don't know, anyway. But it's somebody from one of them series. He's got green hair and a big green grin. So that is day 8 of the Halloween Countdown calendar. Hope you enjoyed that. Right, I am now going to have a go at myself, if you like, because I did something today that made me a hypocrite. I'm not proud of it, and I'm apologising for it now. I have lived my life being judged by what I look like and by how I am and my condition, etc., etc. And today I made the same mistake of judging somebody without looking into the full story, and it was only my cousin Rose Gordon who made me believe that there was another chance of something which I'd seen. Now I'll just explain, and I'll put the link underneath this vlog so that you can see. This morning while scrolling through Facebook, I saw a post off somebody, just anybody, I can't remember who it was exactly, and it showed a video of a woman with a child in a doctor's waiting room. And it showed you this child hitting the mother. And it went on for about 3 minutes, and it showed various stages where he hit her and then walked off, then came back. She went and got him, she brought him back, he hit her again. He started, going a bit nuts at her and punching her and stuff like that. And I immediately, which I'm ashamed to say, posted, "This is what's wrong with society today. There's no respect." Now, I did that on a gut instinct feeling because it was the first thing that come into my head. And what I saw posted was other people agreeing with me, saying he wouldn't have done that if he'd have been my child, blah, 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 I'd have smacked him, blah, blah, blah. And then the third post, what was on there, was off my cousin. And she put, I don't like posts like this. She said, because nobody knows if that child has got anything wrong with him, whether he's got mental health issues, whether he suffers with anything. He could have ADHD, or he could have, it could be anything. It could be anything. He could be on the autism spectrum. He could be anything. And I actually deleted my post. And I deleted my post because I was ashamed, really. I was ashamed that I'd made a judgment. And I felt really embarrassed about it, and I have done all day, to be honest with you. Now, to judge somebody by what you've just seen is a natural thing. If you see, I don't know, I mean, just as an aside here, I saw a video a while ago of a man chasing a woman who was running through. The woman she got hold of a bag and she was running, and this man was after it, and she was running, and this man was after it. Now, all the way through, you got the impression that the man was running after the woman, and the woman was running away scared. But as the video unfolded and it got near the end, the man caught up with the woman and he rugby tackled her to the ground. And he then took the bag off the woman and gave it to another woman, because this woman had stole it off her and run off with it while they were walking through the park. Now, because of our natural instincts and assumptions, which we all do, we'd have all done it, we all would have assumed that that was a man running after a woman who was trying to get away, and that he was after her bag. When it got to the end of the video, you realise that you judged it wrong, and it was him who was trying to get the bag back for his girlfriend because this woman had pinched it as she'd run past her and run off. But that wouldn't have entered your nut. You know, you wouldn't have thought of that. You wouldn't have thought, well, yeah, it's obvious what's going on here. It was a twist. It was a twist. Anybody who's a Prodigy fan will know a song that they did called Smack My Bitch Up. If you're a Prodigy fan, you'll know what I'm saying. Now, it shows you a person's night out, and it shows you them being sick, it shows them you're getting involved in fights and everything, but it's all through their eyes. It shows them you're pulling this woman and getting back to the room and everything. And the clever thing, what they do right at the end, is you see a reflection in the mirror of this person who you are, and it's another woman. Now, because of the behaviour and because of the things you've seen this person do, all the way through this video, you will assume it's a man. Because you expect a man to, you know, start throwing up after he's had too much to drink and start yelling abuse at people, but it's a woman. And I thought that was clever. Now, again, you see, that's judging. Now, I always make a sort of conscious effort not to judge, and today I lost that. Like I said, I was ashamed. I really was ashamed that I jumped to conclusions, because I do not know what the story of that little lad is. I do not know. Yes, he might, don't get me wrong, he might be just a little brat who's kicking off and who needs a good slap. But I don't know him. So why should I judge him and make out that he is one? Because for all I know, he might have mental health issues. He might have something he can't control. And it's not up to me or anybody else to judge without knowing the full facts. And yet I did. I did judge. And I felt bad about it. Because I've been judged all my life. I've spent my life being judged. Even me dad judged me. Now get this. Now I'm a writer. And I've been writing poetry for years. Since I was about 8 years old when I first started writing poetry. And for a while, my own father disowned me because he assumed that if I was writing poetry, I must be gay. He disowned me. He wouldn't have anything to do with me for months, years even. Years he wouldn't have anything to do with me. Even though at the time, I was attached to Deb. I was engaged to Deb. But he assumed that because I was writing poetry, I must be homosexual. And that didn't like that. Now, I don't blame him for not liking homosexuals. That's his. If he doesn't like them, that's up to him, mate. He's old school. My dad was. Bless him. He passed away 12 years ago or so. And whatever he thought, fair enough. I'm not judging him on that. But he assumed that because I wrote poetry, I was gay. And that meant he didn't want anything to do with me. And, of course, he found out that I wasn't. But it took him a couple of years before he talked to me. After he thought I was gay, he wouldn't have anything to do with me. He wouldn't phone me up or nothing. So I know what it's like to be judged. I've also been judged another time. I've had a problem where I've got my condition and it's got worse and worse and worse. And we used to have a friend that used to come in. Now, I'm not going to say anything bad about this person because she's passed away, bless her soul. And she used to come in and she'd spend hours in our house with us. And we'd have cups of tea with her. And sometimes she'd have a sandwich. And, you know, she got on great with the family, the dog and everything. Brilliant, no problem. She came to Halloween parties, what we had. And if we went round next door, she was always round there because she was a good friend of the family. And one day, I got a phone call off her. It was quite late in the evening. And she rung me up. She said she'd had a couple of drinks. You could tell a mile off. She'd had a couple of drinks of wine. And she said, I just want you to know that, they're cracking down now on people in the social who are exaggerating the problems that they've got and pretending. And I said, right. I said, well, what are you telling me for? And she said, well, I just thought you ought to know and be on your guard like that they're cracking down. And I went, what? And I couldn't believe it. And Deb couldn't believe it. She had rung up because all this hospitality, what she'd had offers, all these good times and everything, all the invites and everything. And all the time, she'd got the impression that I was making up my condition, that I was pretending that it was painful, that there was nothing wrong with me and I was just doing it to get money off the social. So again, I was judged. And it hurt really bad that day. It affected me for a very, very long time. And it was only a few weeks before she passed away that we actually started talking again, because it took me a long time to forgive that. Because you just imagine having somebody coming into your house a couple of times a month, spending times having a laugh, nothing, but all the time they are judging you and thinking that you are basically putting on everything that you say you've got wrong with you. You imagine how much that would hurt, and it did hurt really bad. So I sort of try, if I cannot, judge people. If I hear a story of somebody, I want to know the other person's side of it first, so that I know what I'm batting with. I won't just take one person's side, unless, of course, there's no way for me to get the other person's side of the story, and it's not something that's going to cause a lot of problems. You know, if somebody just said, oh, such and such got drunk last night and they threw up, then obviously, you might say, all right, fair enough, they got drunk and threw up. But if they turned around and they said, oh, he got drunk, he threw up, then he put a brick through and a bloke come out and he smashed him in the face, then I'd want to know the truth, because I'd think, well, hang on a minute, is this the truth? Am I gonna picture in my head here of him doing this, or am I thinking, no, hang on a minute, there's more to this than meets the eye? Don't judge. Don't judge. And I did today, like I said, and I'm embarrassed about it. And like I said, I was that embarrassed, I deleted the post. I wouldn't do it again, because I started thinking to myself, wow, I've just become a Facebook person. Because that's what you get on Facebook. You get it a lot on Facebook and other social media, don't get me wrong, but on Facebook especially, you will see somebody post something about somebody and everybody will jump on the bandwagon. But they won't know the full story. They'll only know what that person's put. So just let's say, inverted commas, I went on the internet and I put, I've got a black eye, Deb punched me last night in the face. Now, obviously, everybody knows Deb and knows she would never do anything like that. But if I put that and just say, made it viewable to all my American friends, the people I know in America, they might believe it. And they might come on and go, oh, what a bitch, and all this, oh, she shouldn't have hit you, and oh, you're better off without, and all that. Because they are quite willing to believe something that somebody's put on the net, rather than finding out the truth first. And a lot of people are guilty of it. In fact, 90% of the people on Facebook do it. I've seen the posts where somebody's put something and somebody else has jumped in and started saying something, and I've thought, no, I'm abstaining from this one, because I've got a feeling I want to know more before judging somebody. I don't want to be moralistic. I'm nobody to preach. I can't preach to anybody. I've done things in my life which are so horrible and embarrassing and soul destroying for me that it's hard to admit doing them, but I know I've done them, and that's why I don't judge. Judgment is something for somebody who basically can say they can cast a stone because they've got no problems with somebody throwing it back at them, because it won't hit them. There's nothing to knock off them. They're as pure as the driven snow, which in this day and age I don't think anybody could actually say that they were. There's not that many people. But like I said, I judged, and I shouldn't have judged. And I could see now where my cousin was coming from, Rose, because I was judging it as somebody reading it on Facebook, and I should have looked at it open-minded, and I didn't. And yet I pride myself on being open-minded in everything I do. So, yeah, a bit of a blot on my copybook, that one. But I have deleted the post, and this is sort of an apology. And thank you, Rose Gordon, for pointing out that there could be more to the story than meets the eye. So I need to thank my cousin for that one, because, like I say, I don't usually judge, but I did this time, and I feel bad about it. That's the other thing I was going to talk about as well, how society's being at the moment. We had a thing come through today from Lancashire Live. Now, we've got problems in Blackpool. We've got problems with homeless. Obviously, we've got the COVID problems. We've got the B&Bs and the hotels that have got to stay open even though they've got no business, etc., etc. So we need all the money and all the help we can get at the moment. And this article came through, and I still find it hard to believe now. And it was to say that Blackpool has been approved for a statue. Yep, a statue. And not only a normal statue, a statue of a mermaid that's going to be 2 meters high, and it's going to stand outside our town hall. The question comes into mind, why? Why? And why now? And they said that they're doing it so that Blackpool is more recognised. Now, people have pointed out a lot of things. First of all, do we really need a statue of a mermaid? There's no connection between Blackpool and mermaids, not as I know anyway, and I've looked. It's going to be outside the town hall. Well, outside the town hall is a little patch of concrete that leads on to where the tram tracks are. So it's going to be dangerous, because you go and get kids trying to climb it and stuff like that, and people wanting photographs with it. So it's going to be right next to the tram lines, which is dangerous anyway. And 3, how much money have we paid for this? And couldn't we have just put that money into Blackpool proper, rather than buying a statue? Because nobody needs a statue. A statue is something what you put up when you're commemorating somebody, like in the Winter Gardens. There is a massive statue of Morecambe and Wise. Beautiful it is. I think it's bronze. It's bronze. And it's a brilliant thing. Now, that is fair enough, because that is celebrating the lives of 2 people who were very connected to Blackpool. Well, obviously, Eric Morecambe was from Morecambe, which is just up the way from us. And they did a lot of their work in Blackpool. A lot of their summer seasons were in Blackpool. They were very popular in Blackpool. So I can understand that, because it's got a connection. Why you would need a statue of a mermaid in Blackpool, God knows. The only connection is that we're a seaside resort. But then again, there's seaside resorts all the way around the United Kingdom. So why Blackpool? If you can figure that one out and try and tell me. I'll put a link to the article underneath. But I didn't really... like I said, I've been beating myself up a bit today. Excuse me 1 second. Right, I'm back. It was just my sister ringing up to have a chat, and strangely enough, I haven't had a phone call for a little bit, and now she's rung, and it's in the middle of me doing a vlog, so I've just told her I'll ring her back tomorrow. And it's not my sister that's got the COVID, because I'll tell someone to tell you, the thing to do with COVID-19 and the fact that it's a hoax and nobody's really had it. Well, I've got news for you, because my family have got it. My sister's got it, and her son's got it, and her son's fiance's got it. And it's not funny. My sister said she feels rough as hell. She wants to sleep all the time. Her body aches like she would not believe. So don't go around telling me it's a hoax. Don't do it. As I've said before, if you think it's a hoax, delete me off your Facebook, because I don't want to know. I don't want to know. It's not a hoax. It's not a hoax. Yeah. Now, obviously, I've just done day 8 on my Halloween countdown calendar, which means there's only 5 days left, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. And then we come into November. Now, over the month of November, I won't be doing, obviously, a vlog a night, because I'll have a job to figure out stuff to talk about for a whole 30 more days. But I will be building up to it with a couple of gaming vlogs. I'll be doing a couple more gaming vlogs. And I think... yeah, starting in December anyway, especially the 1st of December onwards, I've got advent calendars to open, including a mini Funko Pop version of Nightmare Before Christmas. All the characters from that are in it, so that'll be interesting, and I'm looking forward to doing that for you. And of course, I won't have none of this Enter If You Dare and all the bats and stuff like that, so I'll be getting some Christmas themed stuff, just to make it festive and stuff, because obviously Christmas this year is going to be different for everybody. It's going to be different for us, not just because of COVID, but because it'll be the first Christmas without my mum. If you've not been watching any of my vlogs, my mum passed away in August, very, very suddenly at the age of 71. We didn't see it coming at all, so there was no preparation and no build-up, which was a bit of a shock. And Christmas is going to be very, very, very hard for us this year, particularly for my sister, the one who's actually got COVID now. She usually has my mum up there on Christmas Day and New Year's Day, and it's all planned around my mum, so it's going to be really, really hard this year. But I'm still going to try and make the most, because that's what my mum would have wanted. She was very Christmas oriented. My auntie was exactly the same. I think there were two peas in a pod to do with Christmas. I haven't started really thinking about Christmas presents and gifts and that yet, but I'll get round to that soon, figuring out what to get people, and most of it's going to be done online now, and that's a bit sad really, because what we used to do, we used to love going down to the shops around our local town, Blackpool, and look in places like Home Bargains, B&M, Debenhams, you know, and we used to find some amazing gifts and gimmicky type things for give people for Christmas, anything from, you know, chili cooking sets to jams and marmalades of the world and stuff like this kind of thing that we used to buy people. And we're not going to be able to do that this year in person, but we can still do it online. So yeah, I'll do day 9 tomorrow of the vlog, but coming up is a poem, and basically it's to do with judging people. Ironic. You take care, and I'll do another vlog soon. Bye for now. Now, as I stated earlier, I made a bit of a faux pas today and judged somebody when I shouldn't have done. And that's why I'm going to read this poem out. And it's just called Not What It Seems. See the young woman, she is staggering down the street, keeps losing her balance, can hardly stay on her feet. Falls over on the pavement, people rush hurriedly by. Just another drunk on another street. They can't see the tear in her eye. She cries for the memories when she could walk straight and true. Then she got diagnosed with a condition, just like me and you. She can't understand why she falls so much, why holding on has become a chore. She doesn't want to use a stick. It's just a phase, she is sure. So the people pass her by, for she knows they just can't see that the pain she feels every day will never set her free. She gets back up and continues. Her walk is like a dream. Remember, what you see is not always what it seems. And that is just called Not What It Seems. And I wrote that back in 2019. It was only about a year ago I wrote that. And like I said, I'm kicking myself now because I judged somebody and I shouldn't have. So you all take care, and I'll do another vlog tomorrow. And remember, it's day 9 of the Halloween countdown calendar tomorrow.